They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Beavers will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Oregon's offense will take the first swing of the game. Early in the season, the Ducks looked vulnerable against teams from the state of Idaho, but nothing makes you feel better than taking little brother behind the woodshed in a get-right game where you had to feel a little bit better about life.
Yeah, and it was really a coming-out party, too, for Dylan Gabriel, the transfer coming in from Oklahoma. He threw the ball. He ran the ball. Oregon was up and down the field offensively. And we've seen this game in years past get a bit crazy and wonky at times. Last year, David, no doubt who the better team was.
Yeah, especially when Oregon has to go to Corvallis. Typically, you'll see some struggle, but that wasn't it. And it was a beatdown. And you got to imagine they remember this pretty well. They're pretty ticked off about this. Oregon gets all the shine, obviously. Oregon State is little brother. They've got something to prove for sure.
The quick out. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Moore will throw. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
That's caught. It's Hughes. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
It's a seam wide open. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Stands in and takes the hit. And a dangerous pass there, almost threw a pick in the end zone. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
Oh, out of space. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Ducks! The offense cashing it in on that drive. You thought it was noisy when the Duck rolled out on that motorcycle?
Really, this is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Autzen Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
So Oregon State's offense will get the ball for the first time. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot, not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. Well, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free and fourth down is coming up. The Beavers will punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Still running at the 40. Breaks into the open on the left. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. And the Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. And he'll be stuffed. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
Well, obviously, a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He might want another play. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
And the Beavers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll run it from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Pocket breaking down. Got him downfield. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be the game is starting to slow down.
There he goes. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Finds his big tight end. It's a fumble. And the ball is going to land out of bounds. They'll maintain possession and pick up a few yards in the process. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The Beavers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. A first down run in the red zone. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. He'll pull it on the read. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Beavers!
Third and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Working that left side now. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38. Great place to start for this offense. Scanning the field, it's Murphy. Under fire. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Looking left. Got his man downfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. A 1st down for the offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
Wiggles free. That's it fly. He's got an open man. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a 1st and goal. The Beavers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They want to throw it. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State. Fitted in the window for the score.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Moore to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Casper. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to go up top, at times running out in the half. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the Ducks send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He'll start this drive firing. Gets rid of it. It's caught. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They go to the ground. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he gets the interception and finally run out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Ducks and Beavers. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. From the gun, running back on the move. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Pressure coming. Gets it to the back. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I know that huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Makes the catch. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Beavers with the 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Stewart. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. To the air on first down. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
The Ducks come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Might be calling a hot route. He's got it down the middle. Tackle made at the 9-yard line after the catch. It'll be 1st and goal. The Ducks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Moore will throw. Dak's got it. Touchdown, Ducks! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody. Live with the results because everything else ain't working anyways.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Caught in the backfield, it's Walker. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Beavers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Beavers! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
The #1 job in defending a quarterback is making him feel uncomfortable, physically hitting him. Nice job by the defense with the pressure, the hit on the quarterback, forces the INT, and then Oski. As soon as you catch that thing, everybody start blocking, get to the near sideline, take that thing back to the house.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. These two teams team's about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth all tied up. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're probably a little rattled after that last pick 6, and who could blame them? But now deep breath, settle in, get a drive started in a tie game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Moore to the air. Makes the catch. It's Hughes. Turning it on. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
He'll throw it. That's reeled in. It's low. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. Grab near the sticks. It's Casper. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. He's going to let it go. Touchdown, Oregon! They've got the lead here in the fourth. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. On first down, here comes this offense. To the air, it's Murphy. Fires to the middle. He's got it. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Beavers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down. And the Beavers will punt it away on fourth down. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
He's in open space downfield. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert that.
Turning on the Jets. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Running into the open space. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Now on third down for this offense. Moore will throw. It's caught downfield. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. The Ducks inside the final minute trying to hang on to this lead and the ball. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. So as they've done so many times in this in-state rivalry, it is the Ducks who outlast the Beavers. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been